Hey everybody, my name is Holly, aka Hanaya the Goddess, and welcome to Morning Mimosas, where we put value in criminal justice, promoting healing and education for the Black community. So, as you guys typically see, it's usually me and Carly doing that together, but Carly had a family emergency, so it will be me today. Um, I did have a guest for today. I don't know what happened to my guest. She has not responded. She didn't log in. She didn't do any of that. Um, so scratch the Khadija James. She will not be on the episode today. So it'll just be me talking to you guys about Blueface and Christian and women accountability. And you guys can chat with me in the chat. You guys can ask me questions and I will interact with you that way. So let's go ahead and start. So today, guys, we're just gonna dive right into it, y'all. A lot of people have been asking me to talk about Blueface and Christian, right? And I'm just and I've been like this moment. You feel me? I've been it. I'm not too excited to be talking about it, but I am excited to talk about the toxic relationship aspect of their relationship. So let's get to that. So we're going to start with a presentation. Hey, how are you? It's good to see you guys on here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So I'm actually going to go ahead and share a file of Blueface and Christian. And I want, for whoever's watching, you can go ahead and comment on what you feel when you see this. Let me see. Make sure this is the correct one.
You know, I was thinking, how can a woman justify being in a toxic situation that they claim that they don't want to be in? And then I remembered something. I remember when I was in a toxic situation, I didn't want to hear nothing. I didn't want nobody to say nothing to me. I just wanted everybody to be okay with me being hurt, manipulated, lied to, and disrespected. I had to realize that a woman that's in a toxic situation doesn't want to hear anything. She just wants to stay in that situation no matter how hard it is. She wants to complain to everybody around her, and she doesn't want to take any of the steps to get her out of that situation. Women love justifying being mistreated with, well, it's not that easy. It's not that simple. But until you want it, you'll never get it. And until you think you're worth it, you'll never get it. If you're one of those women that complain about your toxic situations to your mom and dad or your loved ones, your friends and family, day in and day out, every weekend, then you're abusing them. Because you can only be there for a person for so long, and it's so draining seeing the person that you think so highly of being mistreated, especially if they're going to complain about it every single day and not do anything to solve the problem.
Okay, so the credit goes to Miss Kia from Instagram. Actually, I got that from her TikTok. And I just like what she said, guys. A lot of people stay in these toxic relationships because they feel that that's the only thing that they can do. That's the best that they can do. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you guys that that is definitely not the case, okay? You guys deserve the best you, which means you also deserve the best partner as well, right? So why would you guys settle for less? If I can go ahead and show you guys another clip here, and this is all pertaining to women accountability, Blueface and Christian. It all ties in together. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and show you guys another one.
Why you lying? Why are you trying to lie? What are we doing here, bro? Would it be for life or what? What? Don't say don't beat me up. What?
Okay, so I showed you guys that clip to show you guys that men can also be abused. Let's not hide the fact that men are also abused as well. That relationship, they're abusive to each other, and it's just super duper toxic. And I'm like literally here to tell you guys, if you're in a toxic relationship, leave that relationship alone. It's not for you. You deserve to be in a healthy relationship with somebody that won't put their hands on you, talk to you crazy. I don't know why, and I'm talking from women, a woman's standpoint. Why would you guys want to do that to yourselves? Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you guys want to continuously be put in a dark place when you deserve to be in the light? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why, especially us women, like to be in darkness for so long, knowing that we deserve to be free like a butterfly. For those of y'all that know me, butterflies are my big thing, because they're in a cocoon initially, right? And then once they start to, know who they are, they break free, and then they fly away into who they are. So that's what we need to do in these toxic relationships. We have to break out of that cocoon of toxicity, if that's even a word, and break free into a life that is no longer toxic. It's just like, ladies, and this ties into the women accountability part. Ladies, we want men to take accountability, right? What about us? Why don't we take accountability? Why do men always have to take accountability? Why isn't it that we take accountability? It's time. It's time, ladies. It's time for us to take accountability for what we do as well. Like, I get so sick and tired of like women playing the victim, unless they are. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't get it. Like, I'm actually gonna play a video, because you guys know me. I like to present you guys with stuff, showing you guys like data or, something to show you guys what it looks like when women take accountability. I really hope I downloaded that video, because I thought I did. All right. So this is actually a video. I think a lot of you guys know this TikToker, actually. He actually talks about men and women accountability in this video. I want to make sure that I'm correct, but I'm going to go ahead and show it. And then if I'm incorrect, of course, you guys know me, Morning Mimosas, I will retract everything that I state. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Women accountable movement is self-serving to men. If we hold women accountable, break down what they expect from a relationship, get them to settle their standards, what that does is make the unqualified man now a good suitor for a woman we have broken down and made it seem like she's unfit to be a wife, so she should settle for your bum ass self. That's what the whole hold women accountable movement is for. You ain't worth shit because you got kids. So take my ain't shit ass. Quit thinking you can do better, because you've changed, because you've grown, because you bring things to the table. You got 2 kids, so you should take my bummy ass, because ain't no high value man gonna want you. I'm holding you accountable. They break your standards and what you expect, even in a healthy sense, from a man. Now you accept toxic ass men like them.
Okay. So that ties into what I'm speaking about. We want both spectrums to be held accountable, right? And women accountability in the eyes of a man looks a little bit different than women accountability. Women accountability looks different than men's accountability, I guess, if you guys understood that video. Women are supposed to stay with their baby's fathers and, just deal with the shit. And it's not like that anymore. I just want to remind people, it's like, it's not 1950 anymore, y'all. Like, it is 2023. We are in a different headspace. We are not in the same place that we used to be. So I need people to get on board with what's currently going on. And that's also to say, because like I said, all of this ties to what I'm about to get into. Women and men accountability also ties into when we are deciding to have children with other people. Now, women, when I say I hold you guys accountable, because we are the ones that carry the baby, right, for 9 months and or however long you carry the child for. So we are the ones that are responsible of knowing who got us pregnant, correct? So when I hold women accountable. I want you guys to be that woman, right? And I'm just speaking to whoever may be going through this situation or not. I want to hold you guys accountable to knowing what's best for your child and not what's best for you. And I'm going to go ahead and explain what I mean by that. Not picking the best suitor for your child and actually knowing who your child belongs to. I've seen way too many paternity stories where women, go on these court shows and then they try to say that, oh yeah, I'm 100% sure that dude is the father. Woo, woo, I wasn't with nobody else. And it comes out later that he wasn't the father. He's $20,000 in debt to child support, and he wasn't the father the whole time. Women, we need to start being held accountable in that aspect, because to do that to, I'm not talking about doing that to like a deadbeat man. I'm not talking about a deadbeat. I'm talking about to these good men that actually sit here and take care of, you take care of the kids. I'm talking about the good men there. I'm just so tired of good men being done wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I know this is Women's Month, and I'm a woman, trust me, I get it. But I also want to give the men their credit, like the good men, their credit as well, because why not? There's great fathers. There's great fathers everywhere, every day, and they don't get the credit that they deserve. As you guys know, Mother's Day is way bigger than Father's Day, right? And I obviously I see that. Why? Because obviously there's more mothers involved in the lives of their children than fathers. I get that. But I'm talking about the men who are good fathers. I want them to start getting the credit that they deserve. So me, Holly Sisa, I actually wrote a paternity bill for my state of Colorado. So I'm not going to give away too many details of what that paternity bill states, but one of the things that the paternity bill will state is women being held accountable. Okay, women need to start being held accountable. If you're going to a child support case or whatever, don't be ashamed. Bring all 5 men that you messed with. Bring both men. Bring all the men you messed with around the time. Do not be ashamed of your circumstance. Just know that you're there to get your child the truth, and that you made sure that you took care of all of the hurdles that you had to take care of. Yeah, you're gonna look like a a hoe or whatever the case may be, but at least you know your truth, and you were woman enough to be like, yeah, I slept with all 5 of these dudes around the time I conceived, but at least I'm here trying to get the truth from my child. At least people can respect you in that aspect. You have your womanhood there. So that's one of the big things about being a woman myself, is that I need to hold other women accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like I want you women to hold me accountable if I do something incorrect. Like I stated to you guys before Morning Mimosas even started, that I want to make sure that if I say something that is not correct, I want to make sure that I retract what I stated, because I want to make sure that you guys are getting nothing but the truth. Right now, I'm just speaking what I feel, but there's also truth in what I'm saying to you guys as well. You guys, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm going to express maybe a little bit of disappointment. I really was looking forward to our guest today, because she was going to come and talk about her Caribbean Student Alliance and everything that she has going on with that. But I don't know what happened last minute. She didn't contact me, hasn't stated anything. If I may go ahead and speak to my viewers when it comes to stuff like that, please, if we invite you guys to be a guest on our platform and you are not able to make it, please have some common courtesy to let us know what's going on, because that makes it look bad on us, especially because it was super duper last minute. And luckily for me, I love to talk. So obviously I'm going to talk you guys' ears off, and you guys are going to listen to what I got to say. But it's just really, really frustrating when we ask you guys to be here at a certain time, be on the virtual at a certain time, and you guys are not here. Guys, this is a part of my business. So I just need you guys to please be respectful of my time. And if I invite you to my platform and I promote you and do all of that great stuff, please be respectful of that, because I am working hard on my end to make sure that people are hearing what you have to say. So when you take that away from me, that means you took that time away that could have been for somebody else that had a great story to tell me today. So I'm just a little bit disappointed. And I actually have a right to speak on this because I'm a human as well. Things come up, but I make sure that I call. You know what I'm saying? I call and make sure that, hey, I'm not able to make it. Please do this, do this, do this. So now the sit down with Khadija is no longer. So now for the next maybe 14 minutes, you guys will sit and just chat with me, the founder of Morning Mimosas. And you guys can just go ahead and just ask me questions. I will continue speaking on both women accountability and toxic relationships, because obviously I am a content creator, and one monkey don't stop no show. And that's just a fact of life. Holly Cisa will always continue. But y'all, I had to get that out there, because like I said, it is very disrespectful when I invite you on my platform and you don't show up. So for all of my future guests that will be on Morning Mimosas, please, if you guys are having a scheduling conflict or anything like that, please make sure you reach out to me promptly. You know, I mean, like I said, I'm human. I get it. I've been there, but I make sure that I reach out to you guys. So we're actually going to get into, since we really have nothing else to go, we're going to actually start talking about the next week's episode. So next week, which is March 11th, we will be talking to a few dope ass people, actually, and I'm really, really excited for it. So we have Miss Naisha, who is a investigator for the Public Defender's Office in New York. She will be one of our guests, and I'm really excited to have her on there on our platform, especially because the episode next week is going to be a really, really deep one. Okay, so I'm excited to have her on there, and then we're going to have Miss Fatu. She has her own podcast as well, and she's also the one I'm going to be doing the healing from trauma segment with. She will also be on our platform next Saturday as well, and we will be talking about one of the big things that Morning Mimosas is about, which is cold cases and missing person cases. So a lot of people want to know what we are doing behind that. Okay, so you guys have seen the ID channel, right? You guys have seen all kinds of true crime investigative techniques on social media. That's what we're doing, but we're doing it a little bit differently. We're doing it with a twist. So we're actually going to go to the crime scenes ourselves, and we're going to, because me and my vice president, we are very spiritual. So I'm going to give away just one thing we're going to do there. So we're actually going to go to the crime scenes and actually try to get a feel for what may have occurred there. And we're gonna have our sage, and we're gonna burn the sage up, and we're gonna just try to get a feel for what that beautiful soul, endured when they lost their life at that location. And I see I have some comments here. Says one monkey don't stop no show. That's for sure. It says, I woke up this morning praying about domestic violence and the aftermath for the survivors and their children. So I'm actually going to go ahead and speak on that, because I am a survivor of domestic violence. I was almost murdered by my ex-boyfriend almost 6 years ago this month. And yeah, it's I pray for people that go through that too, because I've been through it more than once. But the most recent one was in 2017. I was also, I'm not going to hide my truth. This is my truth. I was also pimped out by my ex-boyfriend, and he was also abusive to me. So I know about that unfortunately, very well. And for women who have been through domestic violence, you guys are not alone. Holly is here. Morning Mimosas is here for you guys. It's not an easy thing to endure, especially because you know that you're doing everything right in the relationship, trying to make sure you're a good woman, and that man doesn't see that. And or woman, because like I said, I like for people to also understand domestic violence is not just man, woman. It could also be a woman abusing a man, or a woman abusing a woman, or a man abusing a man. So I just want to make sure that people are clarified about that. So it's really, really, really sad that people have to go through that. And while I'm talking about women accountability, I also want to say something to the men that watch my podcast as well. If you are a man that has experienced domestic violence and you are ashamed to come forward because there's a stigma behind you being a man and men don't go through this, I want to tell you guys something. Come forward, because coming forward doesn't make you a weak man. That makes you strong. And it lets other men know that, hey, I'm going through this too, and I can come forward and not look like I'm being weak. And that also ties into my breaking the mental health stigma in the Black community too. That also ties into that. There's a huge stigma behind, if I go get help for my mental health, that I'm considered weak. And that's just not the case. When you go get help, you're considered strong. Okay, you guys are considered strong, and I just want more people to come forward. Come forward, get the help that you need, because you deserve a better you. You guys will hear me say that a lot. You deserve a better you. It's time for that. Why do we want to live a life full of just being toxic and unhealed and walking around mad at the world? Like, why do we want to live like that? I know I don't. I know I've started my healing journey, and I know that I'm not fully healed yet, but one day I will be. And I will, well, let me just be honest. I'm human, so I will be almost fully healed, because remember, I'm not perfect, and none of us are. But making sure that we take the steps, right, to make sure that we are becoming our better selves. That's what we need to do. Okay, so let's start doing that, men. You guys deserve that. You guys deserve better mental health. If you guys are going through violence, come forward. Don't be scared. Okay. Like I said, Morning Mimosas is here for you men as well. Okay. I'm here for all of us. This is what Morning Mimosas is here for. We are here to bring a light to the darkness in our Black community, because there's a darkness there. There is a huge darkness there. And we are here to be the light. Someone had asked me, what does Morning Mimosas mean? And I explained to them, morning means awake. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to awaken my Black community, because it seems like we're still sleepy, guys. Stay woke. That's what I'm here for. And then obviously mimosas. I don't actually have one. My beverage choice is Aquafina. And that's actually funny, because I actually talk a lot of shit about Aquafina. But, just making sure that we take care of ourselves. Okay. I'm actually going to go ahead and take myself out of here. I'm thankful for the ones that were able to interact with me today. I love you guys so much. Until next week. Once again, this is Morning Mimosas, where we put value in criminal justice, promoting healing and education for our Black community. You guys stay tuned for more.